You're watching the Frye Show, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Varsity Lanes, Outdoors Equipment Rental, Spring Street Storage, Mr. Bank, Plus One Professionals, Albert Sporting Goods.
You are renovating St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Shop Auto Sales, Tap House at the Square, TSC, Cody Plumbing and Heating, Roots Pub, Dr. Mike Company, Guaneri's Pizzeria, EFW Post 9289, and Miller Funeral Home.
Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's edition of the Bo Frye Show. I'm your host, Joe Hilton, alongside head coach Bo Frye. First of all, Coach, congratulations on a big win on the road at Kenton last week.
Hey, thanks.
And I want to thank Doug Spencer for filling in last week with the Bo Frye Show. You guys did an awesome job.
Yeah, thanks, Doug.
That.
Yeah.
Let's take a look at some of the scores around the Western Buckeye League, and we'll take a look at the league standings before we get into some of the clips from last week's ball game. But last week, the Defiance Bulldogs got by Bath. 28-27. Salina, who's at the top of the Western Buckeye League, got by OG 27-7. Walpock defeated this week's opponent. That's against St. Mary's Elida 44-3. Van Wert defeated Shawnee 40-26, and of course St. Mary's all over Kenton 59-32. In the Western Buckeye League, let's take a look at the Western Buckeye League standings in league play. Salina stands atop the Western Buckeye League. They're 7-0. And Walpock is next at 6-1, and of course, in week number 10, these two teams will clash it out to conclude the regular season. Then we're followed by Defiance at 5-2. Elida, Van Wert, St. Mary's find themselves with 4-3 league marks. Bath is 3-4, Kenton 2-5, and Shawnee and OG, both of those teams winless in league and winless overall. But Coach, let's take a look a little bit at some of the other programs that is taking place. Their seasons are starting to wind down. JVs, the freshmen, and the junior high programs.
I'll start at the 8th grade. Our 8th grade actually got beat by Kenton. We'll start back to the 7th grade. The 7th grade blew out Kenton, I think 59-0. The 8th grade got beat by a touchdown to Kenton. Pretty good little athletic group Kenton has, a good quarterback, and it's hard to defend. Hard to defend at the 8th grade level. So they lost that one. Our freshmen actually played Marion Local this past Monday, and they got beat 14-12 by Marion Local with 5 kids not on that roster that are moved up playing varsity. Sure. And then our JVs beat Kenton 60-0, something like that. And our varsity won.
So when the freshman JV programs and the younger and the junior high programs, do you get an opportunity to go and watch them a little bit, kind of check out and see what kind of athletes you got coming up?
Yeah. Well, it all gets posted on Huddle, so I can watch all of their film. So I watch every single film of every level. But I caught just the other day. I caught the end of the Elida 7th grade game, Elida St. Mary's game. The last 10 minutes because practice was winding down.
Sure.
8th grade plays out here when they're at home. I catch them. JVs, when they're at home, we go out and coach the JV team. Our whole staff does. So all the other ones, though, when they're on the road, I have to watch on Huddle.
Sure, I get that. Let's talk a little bit about last week's win over the Kenton Wildcats, 59-32, the most points the offense have scored. Of course, defense gives up 32 points, but nonetheless, your ball club is starting to get a little better each and every week. Yeah,
we've been getting better every week. We were a young squad coming into the season, and it took them time, and it takes us all time to figure out who we have, and it's a different team than last year.
I think we talked about it in a program earlier, and it was just the way the schedule fell. Mm-hmm. And I think if you would have played this second half of the season at the beginning, I think as the season goes on, you can see the confidence level starting to rise in both offensive and defensive units.
100%. Coach Yale kind of joked the other day, so we went through Murderer's Row there to start the season. And it was tough. I mean, and we were struggling in a lot of areas, not just one single area. But we're a lot better football team right now.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at some of the clips offensively. Of course, this first clip here is a big run by Colton Mabry. And I'll tell you what, I got 14 clips, but I probably could have had 30.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, you had this offense just put some things together, and this is just a big run. We saw it all night long.
When it's clicking, and we're really getting better, and that's a testament to our kids. I've told you from the beginning here, we have great, smart kids. They were just green. They need time, and it takes time, and it's starting to click.
And here's a nice run by Kevin Perry. I want to say, I don't have the official stats, but Colton Mabry had over 200 yards rushing. Dominic Osborne was close.
Yeah.
And so you could have very easily had two running backs over 200 yards, and I don't know if that's ever been accomplished
I'm not sure.
here at St.
Both
Mary's.
those guys are pushing in the 800s. They both got a shot at 1,000 yards. It's
absolutely.
kind of neat.
So this is good blocking up front on another run by Colton Mabry.
Yeah, that was the story of the night.
Yeah, and it was just probably a dive play, just a straight dive.
It's just basically what we do. I mean, we're doing different things with motions and trades. It's not as simplistic as you think it is. It was a lot more simplistic last year than it is this year.
Right.
But the blocking stuff is pretty similar.
Riders went for a couple of 2-point conversions on the night. This is one that they completed.
Mm-hmm. Kessler getting in the end zone. I'm starting to see him come alive again on the offense. Made a heck of a catch that wasn't a catch.
I saw that. I saw that on the clip. I didn't include that, but it was a tremendous catch.
Yeah, it was, yeah.
This is a Colton Mabry sweep to the right, good blocking out front, and he just beats him to the corner.
Our physicality level has really, with the confidence in our kids, we're much more physical right now, which that's the backbone of our program.
Yeah.
Physicality, it's one of our goals every week to be the more physical football team.
And, of course, that all starts in the weight room.
In the weight room, and just confidence. And really, we had a great offseason in the weight room with these guys. So it was not we're not lacking for strength or anything like that. It's just, we said, to start the season, we were green.
And here's another big run by Mabry.
Yeah, it's a trap.
Just right up the middle.
Trap right up the gut. I mean, he's got some speed when he get those legs rolling. I used to call him Fred Flintstone. He's not as bad anymore.
Exactly.
Is he? Yeah.
And of course, you got the hair blowing in the breeze.
Cute, He's less Fred Flintstone, man. His stride length's really getting there, and the hair blowing. It's nice. So.
This is just good blocking again at the point of the attack for Dominic Osborne. You can see the guards and the tackles moving people out.
Yeah.
I think Doug Spencer could have ran through that hole, to be honest with you.
Hey, so when it's clicking, man. And, it's just physicality from all levels. I mean, backs.
This is just a good second effort by Osborne. He stopped 3 yards out and he just kept plugging. That just shows determination and just strength.
He plays hard.
And again, here's another 2-point conversion out of the full house backfield.
Yeah, it's a quarterback sneak. I mean, a surge. We couldn't do that earlier in the year either.
Yeah, that's 3 yards.
Yeah,
absolutely.
That's pretty nice. Yeah.
This right here, I think, this is just a good job. Just as a running back, just seeing the field. Saw that, and it just bounced to the outside, and just had good peripheral vision to cut it to the outside.
Mm-hmm. Guys getting downfield, too, and making those second-level blocks for each other.
Trey Moore on a reverse.
Yeah.
First time he carried the ball that particular night, but he picks up a big first down and gets the ball inside the red zone.
Mm-hmm. At some point, he's going to throw it. Yeah. I just don't know when yet.
Noah Dixon also had some carries. Here's a nice run by Noah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, good run, man. He runs hard.
And here's Dominic Osborne with a big run. Just a sweep to the short side of the field. And, of course, when you go to the short side of the field, you still have to make a wall out there and block. And that's just good blocking and nice run.
Doing things right. That's really what that is.
And here's Kevin Perry on a 2-point conversion.
Yeah, it's a little inside sweep play we run, and it's nice. Yeah, he gets in the end zone.
On the defensive side of the field, of course, it was almost like a track meet because, the Riders took their first possession in the end zone, and then one play later, here comes Kenton with a long touchdown. But I think after everything settled in, it was probably one of the longest first halves that I've ever been a part of.
Yeah,
and I think when I looked at the huddle clips, I think there was like 170 clips that we watched.
We usually only have about 120 clips.
Exactly.
It was a long game.
It was a long game, but everything settled down in the second half, and it kind of was more like a typical football game. But here again, this is the defense, and this is just textbook coverage right here. That's picture perfect.
Yeah,
right
Bourne's
there.
coming up, fitting up, making the tackle. You see a guy with him make plays every week.
Yeah.
He's getting better.
Owen Ott, I'll tell you what, we've got a couple of clips of him, and he's getting better each and every week. I think this one here, he just bats the ball down.
Yeah. Plays with such energy and juice. And look at him, he's just always excited.
Yeah.
Hopefully he never loses.
Yes.
I hope he never loses that. Because that's fun. That's contagious and fun to be around.
And I was going to say that. That is contagious. This is just a good job by your linebackers.
Yeah, doing their job.
when the Rough Riders, when the defense put pressure on the quarterback, it caused a lot of havoc back there for him. And this is just good pressure there. Flushed him out of the pocket. And then, of course, he hurries his throw, and good coverage by the secondary there.
Testament to Ken, though. I thought the receivers were pretty good, and I thought their O-line was big and thick and protected well inside. So, but we were trying to get there.
This is Hunter Mabry and Owen Ott. They're having a meeting with the quarterback.
That's always good. Yeah, that's just guys playing hard. It's Mabry making plays. You know, I mean, you're starting to see him fly around a lot more.
Yep, absolutely. He's making his presence known. Taylor Compton, just a young one.
Yeah. This is probably the one that should have been picked, right?
Yep.
Yeah. He'd have still been running. Even probably getting back to St. Mary's right around now. You know. But yeah, look at that. He'd still be running into the end. That was been his first pick six.
He would have been. Yep. He was about a half a step, but needed about another half a step.
Everyone's been hugging him. You know, been getting kisses
showing
on
him
the
some,
cheeks
showing
and
him
all
some
kinds
love.
of stuff. You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But you got to catch it.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Here the defense gets a sack, puts a lot of pressure on the quarterback.
Yeah, short yardage, fourth down, actually. It's a good job getting to it. Yeah, I think we anticipated them running, but they didn't.
And it was a typical typical Kenton offense. You know, they put 4 or 5 receivers out in the formation, and then, no running backs to speak of.
And they had a lot of skill. I mean, a lot of those kids that are playing receiver for them have been playing for 3 to 4 years now, you know.
This is, I think, was going to potentially be a halfback pass. That there is a lateral.
Yep.
And then I think by looking, he was going to throw it again, but the defense responded well.
That's our guy Turner, though. Yeah. Turner's flying around every week. I told you. I said last week we should rename it the Turner Show. You know. Yeah.
Logan Compton. I think he's the only down lineman, isn't he?
Yeah. So we were doing some different things. That's Compton. He plays hard.
Yeah.
He's been doing that for 3 years. Yeah. So he's a good football player.
Here's another tip ball by the defense.
Yep, getting hands up. Maybe getting hands up. And we were close on the turnovers. We had about 4 or 5 coming to our hands, and then a fumble that was a fumble that they didn't call a fumble.
This is a good play. Ryan Revolt is clear out here at the top of your screen on the left.
Yeah.
Now he comes up, and now he backs up.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just stemming, moving around, trying to.
Now here he comes.
Yeah, they didn't think he was coming. Yeah. A lot of that's just scheme. A lot of film watching from coaches and players.
And here's Ryan Revolt and Owen Ott. They converge with a sack.
Yeah, that's Ott getting there. It's Revolt again. Yep,
absolutely.
Yeah, he had a good night. He's playing a lot of football.
Absolutely.
We expected it, I'm not sure, but he's playing good football right now.
And, of course, there's always 3 aspects of the game: offense, defense, and special teams, and special teams played well.
I think special teams have really gotten better. And we're continuously need to get better if we want to continue to win.
Now, Kenton's kicker, obviously, from what I saw and looked at the stats, doesn't kick it deep.
Not a great deep
so
kicker.
Colton Mabry gets the kickoff here, and St. Mary's gets the ball in good field position. It's almost like a short field. That's good too.
4-down territory. We're a lot better as an offense in 4-down territory. Just kick off here.
Yep.
I've really thought our kickoff has gotten better throughout the season. Obviously, we're using it a lot more.
Now, is special teams is that where you can kind of get your young kids in?
We don't because they're so important to our program. We got a guy like the Makeley kid who's a pretty good freshman linebacker. He plays on the kickoff team.
Does he?
But you got to be a pretty main dude to play on special teams because they're such, especially being a 2-platoon football team.
Right.
We like to play our main guys on special teams.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. They're so important,
Here's another short kick, another good return, good blocking.
Yeah. That's a good run. Good blocking by everybody.
Start your offense at your own 43.
Start at the 40
pretty
every time. I'll take that. So.
Here's good kickoff coverage by your special team unit.
Mm-hmm. Getting there. Speed's coming down. Looks like Makeley kid misses it, but
Yep.
good job coming back in by
And of course, your goal is to always try to pin them inside the 30.
30. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Logan Rush cracks me up,
Yeah.
and I'll tell you why.
Yeah.
He's got a great leg,
Yeah.
but he doesn't follow through very far,
know,
does he?
I've
Well,
tried.
He just kind of like
We've tried.
Watch his kicking foot. Boom, that's it.
Yeah,
It's-
I know, man. Trust me.
But he kicks it
He
deep.
kicks it well,
Absolutely,
and
without question.
Yeah. I think we try to get him to kick through and he falls down. So it's like, we're trying. We've tried for years. So it's just, I mean, everybody's bodies are different and the way they kick's different, you know. So
What coach handles your kickers?
Seth Voorhees handles
Does he?
kickers right now. We used to have Dave Ring who would help, but his job schedule doesn't.
So
work
he
anymore.
does both the kickers and the punters.
The punters is Nick Yale does punters.
He does that.
Yep. Everyone has their own like individual special team.
Sure. Now this is an onside kick.
Yeah.
This is a good job.
Yeah, great job by Revolt. Now, we preached all week about not bailing because we were expecting onside kicks a lot. And Revolt just says he goes and gets the ball. A lot of times you see kids backpedal or not know what to do or freeze. And
Right.
Revolt does a really good job.
This is Noah Dixon on the return.
Yeah, he does a good job fielding the ball and getting us in good field position again, man. I mean, it's.
I'll tell you what, it takes a special athlete to return punts.
That's scary. I tell you what, I've never returned a punt, but my brother coaches returners, and he said the scariest thing he's ever done is field punts because it's
you're looking at the ball and you
yeah.
got people coming right down on you.
Yeah, it's scary.
Well, that's a look at St. Mary's win over the Kenton Wildcats last week. We're going to put this game to bed. We're going to take a quick break. When we come back, we're going to talk about the Hall of Fame game. The Elida Bulldogs coming to Grand Lake Health Systems Field. We'll do that and more as the Bo Frye Show continues right after this.
You're watching the Bo Frye Show, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Grand Lake Roofing, Fowler's TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Varsity Lanes, Outdoors Equipment Rental, Spring Street Storage, Mr. Bank, Plus One Professionals, Albert Sporting Goods.
You were renovating St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Shop Auto Sales, Tap House at the Square, TSC, Cody Plumbing and Heating, Roots Pub, Dr. Mike Company, Gwinnett Pizzeria, EFW Post 9289, and Miller Funeral Home.
Welcome back to the Bo Frye Show, and of course this week is the Hall of Fame game, and of course Rider Nation Station will be there, and of course we'll have all the festivities of the induction ceremonies on the field prior to the kickoff, but this is a special time when a lot of alumni come back to St. Mary's, so I expect a good crowd in the stands.
Yeah, I think there probably will be. There's a lot of people coming for a dinner beforehand. And,
Absolutely.
Hopefully we can put on a great show for them.
Absolutely. Well, the Elida Bulldogs come in 5-3 overall. They're 4-3 in the Western Buckeye League. And when you look at this ball club, they have improved over the last 3 or 4 years, and now all of a sudden they have become competitors, so to speak, in the Western Buckeye League, and they can knock off anybody on any particular Friday night. Even though they lost handily to Walpock last week, 44-3, they are considered the number one team defensive unit in the Western Buckeye League. They've got some key players. On offense, their quarterback, Ryan McGew, is 46 of 76 for 498 yards. He's thrown 4 touchdowns, but he also has 4 picks. And, of course, their running back, Dave Etzkorn, he's the number one all-purpose yardage back in the Western Buckeye League, and he's number 2 in kickoff returns. So they do have some skilled players at some key positions.
Yeah, well, first off, they're very well coached. It's a testament to their staff. They do a very good job. Story like the rest of the WBL, they're big, extremely big, and they're extremely athletic. I mean, that's just what the league's like this year. Right. So he signed up for a lot of big athletic football teams. Right. But yeah, their quarterback, actually, they're on their other quarterback now. That guy's out.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he got hurt about mid-season. So they're on their second quarterback, who's a pretty good athlete, runs around well and can deliver the ball very well. But offensively, they run the spread, and they'll get it out on you, and they try to get their athletes in space, which is quite scary. And defensively, they're very fundamentally sound and big.
Are they? They run an odd front or even front? They just kind of mix it up.
They mix it up. Last year, they gave us an odd front, but they're predominantly a 4-3 defense with some big down D tackles and just big body kids.
So we have to come to play.
100% every week.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
So, Well, Rider Nation Station will be there to bring you all the action, including the induction ceremonies on the field prior to the kickoff. So, Coach, thanks a lot for joining us this week. We wish you all the best on Friday night against the Elida Bulldogs.
Hey, thank you very much.
All righty, that does it for this edition of the Bo Frye Show. For head coach Bo Frye, I'm Joe Hurlbert. Until next week, so long, everyone.
Thank you for watching the Bo Frye Show, brought to you by these fine sponsors. Grand Lake Roofing, Dollars TV, Family Audiology Associates, American Legion Post 323, Varsity Lane, Dog Lake Equipment Rental, Spring Street Storage, Minster Bank, Plus One Professionals, Albert Sporting Goods.
Keyword Renovated, St. Mary's Foundry, Larry Shop Auto Sales, Tap House at the Square, TSC, Cody Plumbing and Heating, Roots Pub, Dr. Mike Compton, Gwinnett Pizzeria, EFW Post 9289, and Miller Funeral Home.